Whisper Podcast. Oh, sorry. Whisper Podcasts may contain content that may be sensitive for some listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
That's better.
Hello, welcome to Whisper Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Zach Tyler. My pronouns are they, them.
And I'm your host, Dylan Gomez. My pronouns are also they, them. And this is a podcast where
the fine arts, true crime, and mental health are a throuple.
And today we bring you episode 9. And we're going to be talking to this beautiful interviewee. Zach, who are we going to be speaking to today?
So, the last time that I asked you in our last episode, I thought it was going to be Lady Gaga, but obviously I was wrong, so I think it might be me.
That is correct. We are going to be interviewing our very own Zach Tyler, our host, today. We're going to learn a little bit about them. Yeah. So, how are you feeling today, first of all?
Honestly, I'm feeling really good. I am, on the lower of the climax level of my Americano right now. Yes.
No.
But honestly, it's okay because I feel very well balanced.
We're gonna get the energy pumping, I think, for this one. We're gonna take a little bit of a deep dive. We're gonna talk about some fun topics. Yes. So you love your Americano?
Love my Americano. So I think my love for Americanos, and I know that this probably wasn't a question, but I want to make it about me because hi.
Hi, because this is your interview. This is your day.
Thanks. But with Americanos, where I initially discovered my love for them was when I started drinking dirty chais. So yeah, so I remember it was I would start off with a double shot, and then I ended up later on doing a quad shot. And then then one time I had a double quad shot. So that's 8 shots by accident. By accident, okay. I promise.
But you drank it.
I drank it anyways because
yes.
We don't pay.
One does.
Yeah, who pays $10 for a drink to not drink it? Hello. Yes, hello. A $10 dirty chai. But
we love chais, especially dirty.
Especially dirty
in this house.
When we got to that point, when I got to that point, I'm saying we, but when I got to that point, I was like, you know what? I might as well just go the Americano route and just drink espresso with water. So,
hello.
That's my go-to now. Yeah, and I just feel I never thought that I would be a coffee person, but I ended up dating a barista. So, I'm actually in a committed partnership with a barista. So it's just of course I had to get in a coffee addiction. How could I not? All day long.
Of course.
At my fingertips.
I love that you have that. I can't wait to be that for somebody,
Right! You're just going to get to be their little coffee baby, making them coffee all the time. Hello?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Dylan making it about them. No. So let's jump into one of our first questions. So I want to talk a little bit about your style, your goth, and your spooky and beautiful and just terrifying. I love it.
Thank you. Oh my god. I don't think that most people would take terrifying as a compliment, but I totally do because that's exactly what I aim for. The spookier, the better.
Gaga said, to scare them first so they can scare you.
Exactly.
Hello.
So that's how we deliver ourselves to people.
So what inspires your style? How would you describe your style? I described your style for you, but you can go ahead and describe it as well. I want to hear a little bit about, what makes Zach's style Zach's style?
So it all started for me when I was little. So when I was at the age of 4, I always really wanted to, I always looked up to punk rock bands. So at that time it was Green Day, I think. And it's I didn't even really like their music. I just thought that boys in rock/metal bands were just hot. And I was just oh, I really like that look. I really want to be that. And I remember I always tried to find a radio station that was playing rock or metal music, but I never could because literally my family only listened to country music and Hispanic music and different things, but metal was a rarity. I was one of the first, I think, when it came to metal, as far as I know. So I always liked the aesthetic that like these band boys had. So I always wanted to like be that, but I guess I just never knew how. And then when I had started dating somebody in high school, and they were kind of like into Evanescence and stuff like that. So that was kind of more of like that goth rock kind of vibe, which like I loved Bring Me to Life from my Kids Bop album when I was little. But, you know, he kind of like had that little bit of quote unquote style to him. It was very like small, but not too much. So it kind of like showed me the way of like, you know, where to get like certain specific things, like what that aesthetic looks like. And then when I was in beauty school at the age of 16 or 15, I think it was 15. When I was in beauty school at the age of 15, I remember that I initially had started in the day program, but it just didn't end up working out for me. So I was like, you know what? Like, I'm just going to go to the night program. Like, it sounds cool. And so then I remember, like, I walked into this classroom and, like, I'm sitting at a table by myself because my instructor told me to sit there. And then this girl looks over at me and she's, like, a goth girl. Like, full blown like goth, like shaved eyebrows, like hot red hair, like dark lipstick, thick liner, like goth girl. Very tall as well. And she's like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing over there?" And I was just like, Miss Nelly told me to sit here. She was like, "Fuck Miss Nelly, come sit with us." And then that basically started my friendship with my first like goth friend. You know, so like over time, she kind of like showed me like more brands and like different kinds of like styles and different aesthetics, and I just kind of like.
Are you still friends with her?
No, I am not.
Okay.
But you know,
fair,
yeah. But she kind of showed me the like where to get clothes and like where to get certain things and like what kind of things to buy, you know, to like kind of like relate to the aesthetic. And it wasn't like, oh, this is how you be goth. Like it wasn't like a Mean Girls vibe. It was just like I just kind of picked up, and like the more we hang out, the more like we went shopping together and things like that.
Yeah. And, like, the more you kind of liked, like, something, like, she showed you, would kind of incorporate it into your own fashion.
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool.
So, you know, later on down the line, once our friendship ended, I kind of, like, already had a little bit of a knowing, like, okay, this is, like, where I get things. These are the kind of things that are, like, cute. These are the kinds of things that, like, fit into the aesthetic. And I don't think that there's, like, one general way to, quote-unquote, be goth. I don't even know if how I dress is considered goth. I do, but I don't know if other people do. So over time, I've just kind of like picked out pieces that I thought were cute and just so happened to be black and spooky looking. And I mean,
Fun.
With stepping more into like my non-binary identity, I feel like I've been able to be significantly more versatile with my outfits. So yeah.
So with your style, when did you start incorporating? Because you're big on makeup. Like, I mean, you're wearing lipstick right now. Like, you look amazing. I was wondering, like, when did you start playing around with makeup and wearing it kind of on a more regular basis? We met in the beauty industry,
yes,
both
did.
of us. So we do have a little bit of, like, background on that. Do you want to talk about your kind of relationship with makeup and how it's evolved since you came out as non-binary and all that?
Yes, I would love to, actually. So my relationship with makeup started from like a very young age. I want to say at least the age of like 9 to 11, somewhere within like that range. And how it started is I would always steal makeup from my mom. So I would always take her eyeliner and just like put it on my bottom line. And sometimes I would take her foundation compact. And one of my moms is very fair. And as you all know, or if you've seen pictures of me, I have a quite dark complexion. Not so dark, but it is on the medium to darker side. And so putting that on me, I kind of looked a little bit ghostly. But I really love the idea of playing with makeup and playing with, you know, just like eyeliner, mascara, like those different types of things, even compacts for some reason. And then, you know, eventually down the line, she figured out that I was using her makeup. She was just like, hey, so, like, we're at the store. Like, do you want an eyeliner or something?
Okay. So were you, like, just wearing it to school and taking it off before you got home? Or?
No. So I didn't wear it to school. I literally would just wear it, like, when they weren't home. Like
Around.
yeah.
Oh, okay,
So I
gotcha.
would just wear it when they weren't around, because, you know, I was just like, oh, this is my little secret. Like I would just go into the bathroom and like just put it on and then take it off really quick, you know, because it felt good to put it on and take it off. And then down the line, like she offers to buy me an eyeliner, which was my first eyeliner, and I was like so excited. At this point, I think I was 12 or 13 and I was in junior high, and I started like wearing it to school more. And I remember one day I thought that I could pull off wearing her foundation again. And then that day I realized that I should no longer do that because a lot of people asked me if I was sick. And
Oh, no.
I was just like, what do you mean? They're like, you look like a little bit pale in the face. And I was just like, no, I feel great. It's a great day.
Yeah, you're like, I feel fine.
Yeah, what are you talking about? So there did come a point where I got really, really comfortable with my overall aesthetic and my makeup. And Lady Gaga had just dropped her Born This Way album. And if you look at some of the pictures from her shoot from that album, she has just like very thick eyeliner and just like black lipstick and like, you know, is going for it. So I had decided to pull off the same thing, and I still have a picture out there, which I'm probably going to delete after I talk about this. But there's a picture out there where I did Liberty Spikes on me, where I did like Liberty Spikes on myself, where it's like a style where your hair is like spiked up in the back, and I had really long hair at the time. And I did this thick ass liner. Like I just did thick ass liner, and I did like a fat ass like mole above my lip, you know, because I thought, oh, this is hot.
I just want to say that that picture is so iconic. And
Wait, I've shown it to you?
Yes.
No!
Yes, it's the best thing ever. I love that picture.
Oh my God.
I'll be sad to see it go, you know.
Yeah, it's lived its time
from
on Facebook. 8 years now. But getting into the nitty and gritty of that was, there's these group of girls who did not like how I looked at all. And they felt the need to go and tell a proctor. So basically, the proctor was able, you know, to like send me to the office to take it off, like take my hair down and take it off because I was considered a distraction. And my hair was just too tall because it couldn't be above 2 inches apparently. So I remember I go to the office and I take it off, and then the principal comes in and he's like, so what made you feel like you wanted to dress like that? And I was just like, I don't know, because I wanted to. Like, what do you mean? So I was always getting in trouble for things like that, like for either wearing like fake stretchers, or like, you know, ripped jeans, or like, you know, safety pins because I thought that was cool, or like makeup or hair. So basically,
That's so weird.
yeah, so that was really weird, like looking back on that now and thinking about it, and I'm just like, yo, like I'm just expressing myself, like, sorry that y'all are fucking boring. And it was also really weird to me that like girls told on me, you know, because I felt like girls have always been like allies to the LGBTQ plus community, but it's just like
there's every kind of person out there, you know. And I think that maybe perhaps, like, I don't know these girls, but perhaps like maybe they couldn't express themselves the way they wanted to. Maybe they're a little insecure to do that, and they saw that you were doing it and they got a little jealous, perhaps.
That happens. That definitely happens.
Yeah.
But I do have a little anecdote to go with that, and this is like a total like side story, and I'll continue on with the makeup. But I remember, so to achieve my Liberty Spikes, I didn't have like Got to Be glue or anything like that. Like I had the Tresemme fucking hairspray. My mom's Tresemme hairspray. It wasn't even mine. My mom's Tresemme hairspray. And
did you use the whole bottle?
Okay. I at least used like a quarter of the bottle. So basically, okay. I just took up like these strands of hair and made them into a triangle. And I took my flat iron and I just flattened that shit out. And here I am, locked in like maybe like a 6x4 like fucking bathroom, like with just all these fumes, trying to achieve this thing. And I remember I was sitting in my homeroom class, and then like I was just sitting there, and I was just like, I feel really weird. Like I feel really, really weird. And like there were some people like aside me, and they were just like, yo, your eyes are red. And I was just like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean my eyes are red? And then they were just like, you look like you're stoned. And I was like, no, like, I don't even smoke. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't even smoke. Like, I don't know. I just feel weird. And then I told my teacher, I was like, can I go to the nurse's office? Like, I feel really weird. And then I was like describing everything that I felt to her, and she was like, "It sounds like you're high." And I was just like, "What do you mean?" And she was like, "Did you smoke before you came to school today?" And I was like, "No, like I don't even."
Did you get in trouble for smoking?
So get this.
Even